Matthew 25, 1:46. Matthew 25, 1. Then the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. Matthew 25, 2. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. Matthew 25, 3. For when the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them. Matthew 25, 4. But the wise took flasks of oil with their lamps. Matthew 25, 5. As the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and slept. Matthew 25, 6. But at midnight there was a cry, "Here is the bridegroom. Come out to meet him." Matthew 25, 7. Then all those virgins rose and trimmed their lamps. Matthew 25, 8. And the foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." Matthew 25, 9. But the wise answered, saying, "Since there will not be enough for us and for you, go rather to the dealers and buy for yourselves." Matthew 25, 10. And while they were going to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the marriage feast, and the door was shut. Matthew 25, 11. Afterward the other virgins came also, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." Matthew 25, 12. But he answered, "Truly, I say to you, I do not know you." Matthew 25, 13. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour. Matthew 25, 14. For it will be like a man going on a journey, who called his servants and entrusted to them his property. Matthew 25, 15 to 1. He gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Matthew 25, 16. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. Matthew 25, 17. So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. Matthew 25, 18. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Matthew 25, 19. Now after a long time the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. Matthew 25, 20. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, "Master, you delivered to me 5 talents, here I have made 5 talents more." Matthew 25, 21. His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little, I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." Matthew 25, 22. And he also who had the 2 talents came forward, saying, "Master, you delivered to me 2 talents, here I have made 2 talents more." Matthew 25, 23. His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little, I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." Matthew 25, 24. He also who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, "Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed." Matthew 25, 25. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here you have what is yours. Matthew 25, 26. But his master answered him, "You wicked and slothful servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I scattered no seed." Matthew 25, 27. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. Matthew 25, 28. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. Matthew 25, 29. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. Matthew 25, 30. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Matthew 25, 31. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne. Matthew 25:32 Before him will be gathered all the nations, and he will separate people one from another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. Matthew 25:33 And he will place the sheep on his right, but the goats on the left. Matthew 25:34 Then the king will say to those on his right, Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Matthew 25:35 For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. Matthew 25:36 I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Matthew 25:37 Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? Matthew 25:38 And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? Matthew 25:39 And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? Matthew 25:40 And the king will answer them, Truly, I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me. Matthew 25:41 Then he will say to those on his left, Depart from me, you cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. Matthew 25:42 For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. Matthew 25:43 I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me, naked, and you did not clothe me, sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Matthew 25:44 Then they also will answer, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison, and did not minister to you? Matthew 25:45 Then he will answer them, saying, Truly, I say to you, as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. Matthew 25:46 And these will go away into eternal punishment, but the righteous into eternal life.